What's going on? My name's Roman, and welcome to Roman Rose Collectible Coliseum. Now, in today's episode, I have my first ever S.H.Figuarts, and it's a childhood favorite of mine. Not only is it a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, but it is my favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's Raphael. Now, Red Ranger, Raphael, Iron Man, Shazam, these are characters that all rock the color red. Now, I may like the color red. I say it's my favorite color, but when I look at my closet, I think it's black. So let's get into this S.H.Figuarts unboxing, Raphael. So first and foremost, let's take a look at the packaging. Really nice open window. For the most part, we kind of can't see what's from the knees or below. Very mysterious. We have some accessories that are hidden on this side, and we see a second head sculpt, I believe that's a shuriken, and I can't remember the name of this, but we will find out more once we open it all up. Here it says S.H.Figuarts is the new standard figure series that uses the art style of Bandai action figures to successfully pursue character expression through humanoid action. Looking right here, we have more logos, some Japanese, but there's the Bandai logo. Looking at the side of the box, Raphael, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Very nice. Loving me some turtle packaging so far. I like when they do the glamour shots because you don't always know what to do right away. And so sometimes your first poses are the poses that are on the box. You try those, you get a feel for it, and then you really start working from there. A Raphael here on the side. Raphael on the bottom, which looks really nice. I like this packaging a lot. I know this is the new Nickelodeon version and not the one that I grew up with. I was born in 1990, so literally everything 90s, was really good for me. But this is not the same version. However, it looks close enough. So Raphael it is. Let's go ahead and open this bad turtle up. Now I know that there's... Oh, here they are. There's some directions back here. Reading the directions is recommended. Some of the stuff is going to be self-explanatory. But whenever you are talking about attaching or reattaching stuff, you're definitely going to want to read the directions. So let's check it out. Okay. So here we see the two head sculpts, and that the end of the bandana plugs onto the neck. The feet and the emblem are... Oh, those are die cast. So it's saying the coloring may rub off. And then we have the 4 different sets of hands for each peg, and it shows you how they go on and where. So there's no liability at all in the company. They told you how to do it right. So what does this say? Oh, and here the last accessory, something for the back of a shell to hold weapons. Sai. Those are sais. That's a shuriken, and that's a kunai. Kunai, shuriken, sai. Got it. Forgot it already. Let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging itself. Really nice, clear packaging. Now, clear packaging is just clear packaging, but I like how it specifically houses each hand. It just looks really nice, and what they've done now is they put this, instead of this big honking thing that goes over it, they have these little clips, and it just pops up in a flat layer. So that's really nice. Goes on and off very easily. I like this a lot. I wasn't a fan of how, I guess, cheap I thought the box felt for how expensive this figure is. Because depending on where you get it, it's a $55 to $60 figure. Why? Well, let's find out. First, let's look at the turtle himself, Raphael. As is, out of package, no doodads or anything. Well. Looking at Raphael, I can tell you he feels really good in hand because from the knee down is die cast. So this is die cast, this is die cast. I don't know if in here is all die cast, I'm not sure. It actually moves a little bit when you move the ankle. It's really cool, as you can see right there. So this feels really good. It's cold. It feels cold. Looking right at you. No, it's supposed to be more of a direct in front of you, but that kind of shows us about the figure a little bit. Let's go ahead, take a look at some articulation from the bottom up. Let's go ahead and get a 360 of this turtle. I like turtles, and we're going to check them out right here from the bottom up. So, you can see the feet have a little toe joint going on right here. Oh man. It's hard to move, but I can tell it's sturdy. Really nice. I like that they have those on both sides. Look at those pumped up turtle calves. Again, die cast. All that whole piece is die cast. So really good for the weighting, for the weight distribution of the figure. So it's not going to be tilting all over the place. It's going to be solid. Now all this is plastic, except for this. Oh, that's cold too. Oh, the R's cold. That's cool. Alright, so the ankle is on a ball joint. As you can see here, it turns all the way around. I like that. Good ankle pivot. We have a double jointed knee that doesn't have very good range. That's about it, but I don't know what more I expect. So we get some good forward straight movement, and then bending. We get the bend from the top first. I don't want to force it, because that really feels as far back as it can go. Now really the rest of that movement's coming from the hip. So there we have the double jointed knee, and this is a floating piece. This, the red strap around his leg, it's not connected to anything, it's just around the leg. Same with this one, same range, there's nothing different. Looking at the hip though, we have this nifty little ball joint and twist. I'm not entirely sure what the name of that is. But, you know, upper thigh swivel. Yeah, upper thigh swivel and ball joint. So it looks good. There's a turtle crotch shot. It just shows you how gappy it can be. But it's really not that bad. And you see some gaps right there in the turtle butt shot. But, I mean, it's okay. It's fine. I really don't see any problem with that. I mean, there's really nothing you can do about that. So looking at the shell is on, from what I understand, it's on a ball peg. So it can scooch up and down. I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of that is. I guess maybe for neck movement. Looking at the turtle wanting to look up. Perhaps that is why. You scoot it up. Scoot it down. That's actually significantly more neck movement. Alright, so that's the lower body. Looking at the torso, now knowing that the legs aren't moving and just seeing that the torso itself, so not the hips are not moving. The torso itself is moving, so there is a little pivot there in the torso. Looking at the arms, there is a peg, little ball peg right there. So that's what's going on there. It comes off really easily. I like that a lot, that it's super easy to do. Again, we have the floating strap right there. Double jointed elbow. Yeah. Double jointed elbow is really nice on this one. So a much better range than the double jointed knee, for sure. For sure. All right. We have some bicep swivel. As you can see here, we get it to go all the way around. And then looking at this, this is a very interesting setup here, because we have this butterfly joint, and then we have this range up and down. There's many things happening to make this shoulder work. So you have like the socket itself, and then this piece that moves up and has its own kind of ball joint rotation within that joint. So they did a lot of work, and when you look at it, you can see that it is very technical, but the way they disguised it is beautiful. The colors match. This is a softer green than I think what's showing up on camera, and the red really is more red. It might just be how I'm seeing it right now, because I don't see colors that well. You know, I think it'll come out better. I think, you know, once we see the video posted, it'll look a lot better. I just feel like through the camera, it looks very dark green, and looking at it, it's not so dark. So I just want to make sure that that is out of the way. So we've seen, oh, head and neck articulation is pretty good. The head turns all the way around. There's a little, as you saw before, there's a ball peg right there, which can move around. That is on a ball joint. And then the neck itself has movement as well, front and back. So overall, really good articulation for this figure. Sorry, didn't mean to bump that. So before I forget, I want to see, how tall is this guy? Now, we'll be able to do that if, aha, my tape measure is right here. I believe him to be about 5.5 inches tall, from what I understand. Now, some people may be saying that's not 1/6 scale. No, we don't know how tall these turtles are. I'm sure someone can find out how tall the turtles are, but I'm just saying I don't know. I think it's about 5.5 inches, and from what I've heard, S.H.Figuarts are kind of a smaller figure, just a little bit. So it's actually just a shade over. It's almost 5 3/4. I know it's a funny angle that you're seeing it at. Well, that's just about right. It's over 5.5. So over 5.5, not quite 5 3/4. Somewhere between there. Got yourself S.H.Figuarts Raphael. Very cool. Let's take a look at some accessories, because this is why we buy this instead of, you know, the regular Bandai figure or whatever. I mean, yeah, the articulation of the figure, the design of the figure itself is really good, but why we buy these is for the accessories. So looking at the pack, we have, and if I tilt it forward, of course, they're all going to fall out. I guess I could put the thing over it, but we have the second head sculpt, like the angry yelling face, the shuriken, the kunai, the tusai, the back belt replacement to hold the sai, and then we have some different hands. He has fisted hands that are holding. You can either hold the kunai or the tusai. And then here we have some fist punching hands, some, I think these are probably disc throwing hands or shuriken throwing hands, as well as just kind of general like holding hands, and then some open hands, like that stop expression, the big open palms that you always see. It just looks funny because they're on a turtle hand and there's only 3 fingers. So that's cool. Alright, so I think the most important thing to see is Raphael with the sai. So first and foremost, let's change out that back shell piece and let's throw on some sai with sai holder. You see right there that there's kind of a slit that you stick your finger into. It's really not like too easy. As you can see, there's 3 pegs that it needs to go in, but it's not super easy. It's just right. At least right now, it's a new figure. You know, things are nice and snappy. You never know over time what it'll turn out to be like, but I will do an update video. Life with Turtle. Alright. That went on really nice and easy. It looks great. The paint matches. It looks really good. It looks very natural. I love the way they sculpted that. I think they did a really good job. Alright, now that he has those, let's get these. Now that he has that, let's get these. Alright, looking at the size, looking at the multiple sai that we have in our possession. Nice sculpting on the handle. Very cool. Sorry, my fingernails are a little dirty. I was working with clay today. Not clay, pastel. Did some pastel stuff at work. Doing some action figure things at home. Good paint job on the sai. Alright, sai inside the hand. Sai number 1. Sai to the left. Sai to the right. Crisscross. Alright, so Raphael with sai. Starting to look good here. Starting to get ourselves a very action-y turtle. Looks more inquisitive with that tilted head. Let's make you more head-on. There we go. Tilt you a little bit. I mean, just really good range. This is a great figure. It feels really good in hand. Let's get rid of these sai. Let's just put them away. We'll put them in the weapon holder in the back of the shell. 1, 2. Actually, I want them on the outside, like that. Boom. And yes, you can position it so it looks like he's reaching back to grab one. His hand does reach all the way back, and you can do different hands to make that kind of more in line with what it is that you're doing. So let's look at the sai, or I'm sorry, the kunai. Kunai is going to be cool. Oh, let's look at the sculpt and the paint on the... Look, I just love how this guy is staying. He just stays put. I worry with other figures because sometimes they rock, especially things like Pops and... Gosh, I can't even tell you, those things are just ridiculous falling down. Looking at the kunai, you see that it looks like a wrap. It's painted very nicely. The metallic paint is really good. I like this accessory. It's a big accessory. Like the size of his leg. Boom. The I will cut you turtle. Dude, he's strapped. Look at all these weapons. So let's go ahead. We're going to replace this hand with the shuriken hand. I did not forget. Alright. I'm pretty sure this is the shuriken hand. And I'll show you the other hand sculpts after this. I'm pretty certain that's what that's supposed to be. So on the left hand we have the out-of-the-box regular holding accessory hand. There we go. New parts. Some pressure and even heat may be necessary to get some of your parts to fit. At least without damaging them, you know? Soften them up a bit. Let's look at the shuriken. Maybe. Possibly. There it is. Really nice. Solid paint job. It has edges to it. That gaping hole in the middle, so I guess you could like attach it to the back of a sai technically. I mean, theoretically. Not theoretically. Let's just do it. Here. Oh no, there's not enough room. Oh, there's enough room. That works. I'm just going to scratch the shell over time. I don't think that it's worth it. Alright. Let's go ahead and put the shuriken in Raphael's hand. Let's see, how is this going to fit? Okay, fits just like that. Actually, the finger kind of works its way to fit right on the gap. So it's kind of holding it through there. That's an interesting look for Raphael. With the kunai and shuriken and the sai in the back. This is like Armory Raphael. I like that a lot. Let's look at the other hand sculpt. One is just a fist. And I'm not going to show you both hands because they are exactly the same. Nope. Oh, still no. Maybe. Alright, well, that one's having a hard time focusing, but that is a fisted hand. And And then the next one is the open hand. Big, wide open turtle hand. Big old turtle fingers. Let's take a look at that second head sculpt. We'll do a head swap and then be on our way here in Roman Rose Collectible Coliseum. Gosh, the turtle head, I've been trying to take this thing out of the package. I've tried it a couple of times. It has just not gotten any easier as time goes on. So once again, we're going to pop this off from here. And then this piece ports out of the bandana, ports into the bandana, or ports into the back of the head, back of the bandana, blah. Port it in. Fits. And here is our angry turtle face. But we will get a better look at it once it is actually on Raphael's body. Once Raphael is actually put together. You heard the snap, a satisfying click knowing that your figure is put together. All right, Raphael looks so cool. I like this figure a lot. You can see not very hard to get him in this standing pose with one toe off the ground. May have spoken way too soon. Hey, he's even leaning back a little bit. He's like, hey, watch it. I know, it's not standing the way I'd like it. We've loaded him up. I doubt that has anything to do with it. It's just trying to get the toe off the ground. And then, of course, positioning the legs and, like, the hips. Getting the center of gravity over itself, like, over its hips. Like, getting it balanced is important. Or else you don't want to leave it up and then it falls overnight. That'd be terrible. So what do you think of Raphael here on Roman Rose Collectible Coliseum? I thoroughly enjoy this figure. I'm going to have it on display everywhere. It's going to fight everyone. It's going to fight my Mezcos. It's going to fight some Funko Pops. It's going to fight a Hulkbuster. Dude, Raphael's going to take on the world, and you better believe he's going to have some pizza with me. Here on Roman Rose Collectible Coliseum. I don't know if you're a Ninja Turtle fan. I don't know if you have one turtle that you love a lot. Go get that one, because it'd be pretty expensive to get the whole set. I think I'm just going to stick with Raphael for now, but you never know. You may see the next review right here on Roman Rose Collectible Coliseum. So, from me to you, as always, peace, love, and keep on collecting.